Wow, that's a lot of time to cover from 1992 to the present. But recently, maybe about a year ago, I recorded and released a CD, Reverse Thread, which is a record comprised of African folk melodies and some more contemporary pieces, but arranged in more of a jazz style, if you will. And the instrumentation on this record is kora, which is the African harp, violin, upright bass, accordion, and drums. And I actually had electric bass. I had Mamadou Ba on a couple of tunes on the record as well. Recording these pieces, because a lot of them are folk pieces or traditional pieces, I think those were probably the most difficult tunes to record, because you're trying to maintain the beauty that they already have, the simplicity of those tunes. But as a jazz player and an improviser, sometimes it's easy to fill those spaces or that chord, or take something that's simple and put a little bit too much on it, if you will, too much improvisation, too many decorations. And then the original beauty that was there gets covered up. So it was really taking the less is more approach to the music and trying to stick closely to those melodies. And although we're improvising, trying to even give more space in the improvisation and keeping the improvisation very close to the melody, letting that really be the basis that the improv is based off of. For the more contemporary tunes that we recorded, because they're already contemporary, those were a little easier to work with, and just playing them in this, however we were interpreting them, they're going to be different anyway, because we're jazz players approaching this music. You know, the MacArthur, when they call it the Genius Grant, I had to laugh. And my husband said to me, you know, you get lost going around the block. So how did you? So we just laugh about it. I think it's a huge blessing, and it was a huge to get this grant. It was a huge blessing, but it also, I put a lot of responsibility on myself when I got it. Like I felt like I needed to cure cancer, you know, and of course you can't. And the money is given to you so you can continue what it is that you're already doing. So I knew I wanted to do a record in the vein of Reverse Thread, more of a world music record. It's something I wanted to do for many years. And record companies, for a long time, they would say no, because they didn't feel like these types of records here in the U.S. had a market. So since I had this money, I decided to record the record myself, and to record it the way I wanted to record it, which was having everyone in the same room as if we're playing live on stage. So we don't have any rooms, any walls between us. We can feel each other, look at each other, hear each other naturally. And it worked, and it took me a while to find a record company that wanted to lease it as it was. So some companies will say, we like it, but, and I said, there can't be any buts. So finally we found a company that took it as it was and released it. I think keeping the music alive, keeping the music, I think we have to, sometimes the music seems to be treated as a museum piece, if you will. And for a while, a lot of the concert, maybe ticket buyers couldn't afford the prices. You know, the tickets can be expensive. And with the economy the way it is now, people are picking and choosing what they're going to go see. But also with the internet, everything is just so right there. Everyone can see everything. I think sometimes we're overstimulated. We don't know what to go see. But I think it's important for us to take the music to the people. So having a festival like this that's free to the public and making sure they know about this festival so people can come and hear the music. For a lot of people, it'll be their first time hearing any of these groups, including me, you know, and so hopefully we'll make some fans, make new fans, and they'll go out and maybe buy someone else's record because they've heard something today, buy another jazz record. But I think it's important for us to take it into the schools, perform for children. We need to teach children how to attend a concert, because a lot of them have never been. There are a lot of adults that need to learn how to go to a concert, but just take it into places that we don't necessarily think of taking music, take it into the hospitals, nursing homes, and just expose. It's all about exposure. If people hear it and they like it, then they'll be more apt to say, okay, I'm going to go hear this. But if they don't know it, and they're getting so much more popular music, maybe on the TV or on the internet, we have to compete with that, which is really difficult because we don't have the funds. But it just has to always be a grassroots effort to get it to the people so they know this is our music, this is American classical music, it's our music, we should treasure it. I think we're very lucky or very fortunate to have a president that loves this music and understands the importance of this music as well. Next, I'm going to continue working on the Reverse Thread project and make another CD following the thread, and just continuing to tour and teach, and I'm also a hospice volunteer, so when I'm not on the road, that's what I enjoy doing. Oh my gosh, I have such great memories of, I can see the club, I can see the Jazz Oasis, I can see walking through that door. Just the love that was in that room from the audience, everyone was just so great, so nice, so gracious. And I met one of my dearest friends, Cecilia Thalley, who had a record store. I met her and her mom that night. We remained very good friends, but just the love, and people really they showed the love, and we had a great time straight ahead playing at the Oasis. So I always remembered it. Well, I'm a wife. We don't have children, but our lives are pretty busy. So when we're not on the road, we're either rehearsing. My husband's a musician as well. He plays drums with me. So we're either going to a rehearsal, or sometimes we have a rehearsal at our house, or we have to write music or get things together, or there's gardening. The lawn has to be done, you know, laundry, house cleaning, going to the grocery store, cooking, figuring things out, and my hospice work. That's a big part of it. So, and I have to have, my day has to be planned. So I sit down and I plan out, okay, every day this is what you're going to do at this time. You know, you'll go here at this time, because if I don't, things don't get done. When I grew up in Detroit, we had WJZZ, and we heard all this different music, like you're saying, all these different styles, because jazz is a word. All these different styles fit under that one genre. So someone may say Coltrane, somebody else may say I love jazz, and they're talking about Kenny G. And there's everything in between. And I think when you have a station like that and you play a variety of styles that are under that, it does us so much good, because people hear all this stuff and they say, this is all jazz, it's not just this, or it's not. Because a lot of people are turned off. They'll say, my father used to tell me, you listen to that old people music. And I was like, you know, but I love, like, Ella Fitzgerald. She's one of my favorites. But, you know, I love Roy. I love Esperanza. And there's so much, Gene Carn. There's so much in between. And that's a great idea, because you're exposing them to so many different, and that way they can find what they like. And they're being exposed. And there might be some stuff that they don't like, but the point is they're being exposed to it. And they know, then they learn how to make their own decisions. But if they don't hear it in the first place, they don't have that choice. So thank you for doing that.